What up, doe? It's Tiara Lene, and I'm doing this new series called Muse Mondays. So every Monday or every other Monday, we gonna figure it out. I'm going to post story times, advice, answer questions from the DMs. Yeah, let's get this show on the road. The first episode, we're gonna talk about how God told me to quit my job last year, y'all. And honestly, that was like the scariest thing ever, because when I quit, I literally didn't have a plan. I didn't have a nothing, babe. I just quit. You know what? If God telling me to quit, he's above all. So you know what? I'm gonna listen to him. And I told him, I said, show me a bunny if I need to quit my job. I told him to show me a spider if it wasn't time yet. As soon as I walked out the bathroom, my client was like, oh my God, look, it's a bunny outside, y'all. When I tell y'all I started full-blown crying tears, I'm like, oh my God, it's a bunny. Literally confirmation, not even 10 minutes later. So it's like, not only do you need to quit this job, you need to quit this job now. And I left my job July 25th, 2024. I'm telling y'all, I literally was not prepared for what God had in store for me. He took everything from me. Like, he literally took everything from me. From my job, to my car, to money, to my love life was horrible. Like, everything just went downhill after I quit that job. When I first quit my job, I'm like, you know what? I'm about to get in the gym. I'm about to start cooking. I'm about to do this. I'm about to do that. Like, I had all these plans. And when I tell y'all God had a different plan for me, I'm not even playing. He was like, yeah, no, you're not doing none of that. Well, right now, at least. You know what? I'm just going to take this leap of faith. It is what it is. He ain't going to let me fall, right? He let me fall for a little bit, but it was all part of the plan. So within this year and 2 months, I figured out so much stuff about myself, y'all, that if I never would have quit that job, I never, ever would have figured out about myself and the way I move and the way I do things. But I realized that when my life fell apart like that, it was really because he wanted me to sit down with him and myself and figure out what I wanted and figured out why I couldn't get to where I needed to be next. He literally made me sit down and look at myself and be like, okay, Tiara, so why you not doing what you want to do? What do you want from me? Oh my God. Which was very humbling. I'm not gonna lie, that was very humbling. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe this ain't for me. Maybe I should just go back and get another job. And I literally would just sit in the bed. I cried so much. I literally cried so much. One of the internal problems I had was discipline. I had the freedom to do whatever I want. Okay, go to the gym or take a nap. For a long time, I was taking those naps. You suck at discipline, T. What you finna do? Because you can't just sit here and be like, oh, you want to be this and you want to be that, and you suck at discipline. Like, I'm gonna quit vaping. That was my first thing. That's how I got back thick, y'all, because I was skinny as hell. I quit vaping for about 3 months. Not gonna lie. I started back up, and I'm still currently vaping, but we're going to work on quitting again. It's trial and error. The next thing I had to focus on was, why was I scared to use my voice? Because I was being called to use my voice and to do story times like this, which you see we're working on. And I'm like, okay, why am I scared to talk? Like, I used to do this when I was younger. Like, why am I all of a sudden afraid to use my voice? Like, a lot of times people told me, hey, Tiara, you talk too much. You talk too much. You too deep. You talking about stuff I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you just got a lot going on. People always told me I was too much. My personality was too much. Those people that tried to tear me down in the past, that was for a reason, just so I could build myself back up and I could be better and stronger. Because now it's like, I'm to the point where it's like, if you don't like me, you could really suck my dick. I'm not gonna lie. You can suck my dick if I'm too deep. If you want to unfollow me because I'm on this bitch talking about, you know, my journey or da-da-da-da, fuck you. It took me a lot of mental rewiring, though, for me to realize, hey, Tiara, you actually don't give a fuck. If somebody doesn't like you because of who you are as a person, fuck them. Started feeling insecure about my weight because I'm like, dang, like, I was just so skinny, which it's so funny because I literally didn't even like being skinny. I didn't like being skinny, but then now I felt like I was too big. So I'm like, oh my God, what? Yes, I didn't feel good enough. I didn't feel like I was the best version of myself. The whole time I was sitting there, I was just realizing, like, Tiara, you're never going to be perfect to start this. You just got to do it, bro. Like, and that's when I got into the mindset that I'm in right now, where it's like, hey, if I never start, I'm never going to do it. I know I'm not going back to that job. And I know I don't like where I'm at right now. And it took a lot of discomfort for me to finally move into that next step. And a lot of mental rewiring. I feel like a lot of people are going to resonate with what I'm talking about. This journey was not easy. It took a lot of mental work. I had to be my own therapist. And in order to be your own therapist, It takes a lot of journaling. It takes a lot of loneliness. It takes a lot of isolation. I felt myself changing from the inside out because I was doing so much work on the inside. I felt like I was starting to find myself more because I was isolated from everything for a long time. But that year almost took me out. I'm not gonna lie. I actually had my first out-of-state booking in LA, which was an amazing experience. And it also opened my eyes up to see, wow, like I could do so much more than what I'm doing. And that's when I realized, like, hey, you literally have everything that you need to go to the next level. Because everything I need was me. Everything I needed was that whole year of isolation where I had to figure out, why aren't I using my voice? Why aren't I remaining disciplined in the things that I do? Because everything that I had to learn about was within me. It was like fear, me training myself to be the person that I want to be. I've worked so hard within myself that I genuinely don't care who thinks what about me. Yes, I'm deep. Yes, I talk a lot. Yes, I'm a little crazy. Y'all are going to find out during these story times that I'm a little off. I'm not going to lie. But all of this made me to be who I am today. What I'm realizing is my personality is going to get me way farther than, just being a cute Instagram girl. You see that every day. Now, I want y'all to see the deeper sides of me. How I've really transitioned my whole life into being this person that I want to be. And one thing about God is he never let me fail. All those times, yeah, I didn't have money. Sometimes, yeah, I didn't have this. I was still able to take trips. I was still able to pay my bills. I was still able to do what I had to do. God showed up for me every time. So what do I look like not showing up for him? And he's calling me to use my voice and come on here and help people. I got to meet him halfway. I had to go through that darkness. I had to alchemize the energy. Okay, yeah, you're sad right now, but you're not going to be sad forever. Now, I just know that whatever I do next is a part of the journey. If I fail, it was a part of the journey. If I do great things, it was a part of the journey. This shit's not always glitz and glam. It's just deeper than that. Okay, guys, so thank you for listening to Muse Monday. This is my first one, and we'll have plenty more after this one. But I'm going to be tagging the Instagram down below. It's going to be daily advice, asking and answering questions, a space for the girls. I love women. I love women empowerment. I would love for ladies to join. Like I said, the first class will be before the end of the year. And I am excited to meet you guys. Let's heal. Let's be beautiful. Thank y'all for y'all love and support always. Bye.